channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video is going to be the cash envelope stuffing as well as the sinking funds for the last paycheck in September. I know you guys are seeing this and it's already October and you're like ready to move on to October budgets, but I do my budget from paycheck to paycheck, not necessarily by the month, and so I had this paycheck come in towards the end of September, so we're still wrapping up September's budget here. Hopefully that makes sense. I know there's been some confusion as to why I'm still doing September budgeting, even though it's October. But this is the cash envelope stuffing for the last paycheck in September. This will cover the last few days of September and the first few days of October, all of my cash spending. So I have everything kind of laid out all pretty here. For this intro, I have my budget by paycheck workbook here, which I have already done the cash breakdown, so I'll be able to reference this to see how much cash and what denominations I'm going to be putting in each of the envelopes. I have my cash envelopes here. These are from Conscious Wallet. These came with the wallet. This is available on Amazon. I had the company for Conscious Wallet contact me and offer to send this to me for review, so I have been testing it out for the last couple of weeks. I did a separate video kind of going over my first impressions and some more thoughts on this wallet, so check that out if you missed it. But these are the envelopes from this wallet. I just took them out of their little rings here because it's a little bit easier to fill them if they're not on the rings. I also have the cash here. My husband so kindly went to the bank for me and picked up the cash, waiting in the wings. I also have my sinking fund accordion folder so that when it comes time to fill the sinking funds, I can do that. I keep all of my sinking funds in here. So I am all set up and ready to stuff these cash envelopes. So let's go ahead and get started. So when I did my budget for the week, I sat down, I wrote out all of my plans for where my money was going to go. That's also a video here on my channel. If you missed it, check it out. I figured out how much cash I needed for my cash envelopes. This is the spending that we do in cash each week. I also keep my sinking funds in cash. So I took all of these various categories, transferred them here to the cash envelope breakdown, decided which denominations I wanted for each of my envelopes, broke it down. I needed to pull out $350 from the bank, 2 10s, 2 20s, 11, nope, I'm sorry, 2 5s, 2 10s, 11 20s, and one $100 bill. I wrote all that on a little cash teller sticky note. I did this off camera just for time's sake this week. And my husband went to the bank, he got everything for me, and now we're ready to go. So, the very first category here on my cash envelope breakdown is my husband's spending money. He's supposed to get $40. I've already given him his spending money. He could not wait until I filmed this video. He needed his money right away, so I just went ahead and gave that to him. So I actually only have $310 here because we're short $40, but that is okay. I've already paid my husband, so I'm just going to go ahead and check that off. And then I'm going to count this up, make sure we have $310 in the proper denominations. Then we'll line it up and start stuffing. So we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 300, 5, 10. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up across the top. Makes it a little bit easier to stay organized. So we have one $100 bill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 20s. And that's right, we're supposed to have 11, but I gave my husband 2 of those. We're supposed to have 2 10s, which we do, and 2 5s, which we also do. So that is that all lined up, ready to go. And now we can stuff my cash envelopes. I'm actually going to zoom you guys in just a bit since we have so much room here. I didn't need any singles or any 50s this time. Alright, so since we already took care of my husband, we are going to start out with my personal spending money. This is money that I can use to spend on whatever I want. As you can see here in my envelope, I actually already have some money in there. That's unusual. Usually I start out with my envelopes empty. However, I had some money left over from last week and I decided to roll it over to this week so I could have a little bit of extra spending money. That's not something that I typically do, but we're trying it out for this week. So we already started out with 20. We're going to add 40 more. So 2 20s. For a total of $60, 20, 40, 60. And that's going to go into my personal envelope. I can spend this money on anything that I want. So that takes care of personal money. Next up, we have gas money. For gas money, I'm also doing $40, also doing 2 20s. So I have my gasoline envelope here. I'm going to do 2 20s. I apologize if this video is a little bit darker than usual. We have such a dreary day today, and I do have my lights on, my studio lights, but it's not really making a whole lot of difference if we're being honest. It's just a very dreary day. So that's $40 into my gasoline envelope, and that is all set and ready to go for the week. Check. Next up we have eating out, and for eating out I have budgeted $30, a 20, and a 10. So I have my eating out envelope here. We're just going to add a 20 and a 10. You can get that down in there. This video should go really quick and easy today, which is great. Sometimes I get a little rambly, so that takes care of eating out. Check. Lastly, for my cash envelopes, we have miscellaneous, and I've budgeted $50 for that. So we have 2 20s and a 10. So I have my miscellaneous envelope here. 2 20s and a 10, 20, 40, 50. That takes care of my 10s and my miscellaneous envelope. I'll go ahead and get that in there. And that takes care of that. The only other envelope that I have here is my 2 bank envelope, which stays empty. This will go back into my wallet, and throughout the week, as I'm using my cash, if there comes a time when I want to spend in one of these categories, but I can't use cash for something, I will take the cash out of the envelope and put it in my 2 bank envelope to be deposited, and then I will just use my debit card for that, whatever that thing is. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back into my wallet. I've really been enjoying using this wallet. I really like these envelopes, how durable they are. They're a little bit of a pain to get closed, but it has gotten easier as I've gotten more used to them. So those are going to go into my wallet, and we'll go ahead and set my wallet aside because now we're going to move on to our sinking funds. So we're going to pull out my accordion folder for that. This accordion folder is from Amazon. I say this every single time that I show it, but I love this because it has a flat bottom. So it stands up on its own. I don't have to worry about it falling over while I'm digging through all of my funds. It has plenty of tabs here, so each of my sinking funds gets its own little tab, so it's really easy to keep track of everything, and I really love it. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up. We took care of miscellaneous, so I'm going to check that off. And next up, we have my campground sinking fund. So I'm going to go back behind the tab that's marked campground, and I'm going to pull out my campground fund, which is looking pretty thick. I have $1,295 in this fund. The amount that I need to reach is actually $1,411. In my previous videos, I was saying it was a little bit less than that. I just found out that our annual fee for a campsite has gone up a little bit this year. And there's also like some taxes and stuff we have to pay. So instead of being $1,350, it's actually $1,411 that we're going to owe. So I'm going to add another $125 today. And I don't know exactly what the date is, but we're just going to go with 10/1. I am filming this a little bit later than usual. So today's actually Thursday when I'm filming this. We took the money out of the bank yesterday. I just did not have a chance to film this yesterday. So we're going to add $125 today. And I'm not even going to try to do that mental math, because if you have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I am terrible at mental math. So we're going to just use my handy dandy calculator here. So $1,295 plus 125 is $1,420, which means this fund is completely funded as of today, which is great because this bill is due in just a couple of weeks at the end of October. So I'll be able to take a break from filling my campground envelope for just a couple of weeks. And then as soon as we pay this bill, I'm going to start saving for next year's annual campsite fee. So I'm glad that I was able to catch up a little bit. I was very behind on this fund for a while, but I was able to catch up, and now I have everything I need to pay that bill, and that is so exciting. It's so nice to know that I'm not going to have to dig into my typical weekly budget to try to make up the difference. So that's why I love sinking funds. You save a little bit throughout the year. You don't really miss that money because it's such small amounts. But you definitely would miss $1,420 coming out of your weekly budget. And by you, I mean me. Definitely would miss that $1,420 if I had to take that out of my weekly budget. But you know, $25 here, $100 there, that I didn't really miss. So I love sinking funds. All right, let's add this. So we have 125. I'm going to go ahead and slip this in here where it goes. The 100 with the hundreds, the 20 with the 20s, the 5 with the 5s. And then we will count this up and make sure that we have $1,420 as anticipated. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, 950, 1,000, 50, 1,100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,300, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 1,400, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we do indeed have $1,420. This is fully funded as of today, and now I can make sure to pay my campsite fee. So that takes care of campground. Like I said, I'll probably take a break for a couple of weeks for saving for campground, and then we'll start up immediately with saving for our campsite fee that will be due in October of 2021. All right, next up, And lastly, we have Christmas. So I'm going to go behind this Christmas tab and pull out my Christmas fund, which is in this really pretty envelope from the Budget Mom. I got pretty far ahead on my Christmas fund, so I actually paused saving for this for a while I kind of caught up with my campground fund. But now I need to start saving for this again so that we have this fully funded by November 1st. That is my goal, is to have $1,000 by November 1st. So we got about a month. And I have $825 in this fund. So we need about $175 between now and then. Should be pretty easy peasy. We're going to add 25 today. So the last 25 here. This fund currently is sitting at $825, like I said. So that means then that we should have $850. Yeah, I stopped saving for this back in the end of August. So I took like a month off because I was so far ahead. And now we're going to finish funding this baby this month. So $850. And I'm going to just get this situated. And we'll count it up and make sure I do indeed have $850. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 800, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yep. So we have $850 in my Christmas fund. That is all funded now for the week, and I'm going to put this back behind the Christmas tab. And that is going to do it for my cash envelope stuffing for the last paycheck in the month of September. We'll be rolling into October budgets starting next week, so if you have not done so already, please make sure that you click that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my upcoming budget videos, as well as my other lifestyle content. I would love to have you come back. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!